topics and opinions expressed on the following show are solely those of the hosts and their guests and not those of W4WN Radio, its employees, or affiliates. We make no recommendations or endorsements for radio show programs, services, or products mentioned on air or on our web. No liability, explicit or implied, shall be extended to W4WN Radio, its employees, or affiliates. Any questions or comments should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for choosing W4WN Radio.
Hello and welcome to Fearless, Fabulous You. I am your host, Melanie Young, and you are listening live today on the Women for Women Network. You can hear all my shows anytime on over 65 podcast channels. And I invite you to follow me, not at the Connected Table. You can follow me there too on the screen, but also Melanie Fabulous. I also host a show called The Connected Table, which you can hear live on Wednesdays at 2. So you can follow me there at the Connected Table or Melanie Fabulous. So this is October. October 8th is when the show is airing live. October 8th, 2025. So October is a big month, particularly for me. It's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. I am a breast cancer survivor. I was diagnosed in 2009. It's always, I'm inundated with pink. I don't even love the color pink. I'm not even wearing the color pink. I do want to quickly say, I have a book about breast cancer, a great guide for anyone who is newly diagnosed, called Getting Things Off My Chest, a survivor's guide to staying fearless and fabulous in the face of breast cancer. And this is the book I wish I had had when I was diagnosed. It is like your traveler's guide to the trip you don't want to take. It's like the Cliff Note guide to say, what are the basics I need to know? And what are the decisions I need to make? And what are the questions I need to ask? And I talk about them in here with frankness, and a little bit of funniness, but always helpfulness and expert guidance from experts. It's also a million other awareness months. I'm getting pitched on Mental Health Awareness Month. I'm getting pitched on so many things. But I got something this week that was really interesting to me. I don't know, maybe I've been living under a rock, because this concept that I'm going to talk about today came out in 2023 and went viral into 2024. And I'm talking about in 2025. So where was I? Probably under a rock, or probably just living my life. But a girlfriend sent it to me and I read it. It's called The October Theory. So I thought that's interesting, because there's also a big campaign in the wine world called Come Over October, to get people out and be more sociable in October. So I was reflecting about the October Theory and thought I would touch on it today, because it's kind of an interesting concept. The October Theory is a motivational trend that's grown popular in recent years. It involves reframing the last 3 months as a time to reflect, set goals, build better habits, with the aim of achieving positive change before the end of the year. Okay, so October is the new year. Instead of doing New Year's Eve resolutions, you do October resolutions. Well, it makes sense in a lot of ways. First of all, I was born Jewish, and the Jews celebrate the New Year, which usually takes place. It's based on the Jewish calendar year. This year, it's in 2025. It's 5786. So happy 5786 if you're Jewish. But the Jewish New Year's concept or belief is that you start the year with Rosh Hashanah, which is the new year, and it is the official start of the new calendar year, unlike January 1st. It's also symbolic in other ways, because harvest is starting in the northern hemisphere, particularly in the wine and food world. There's all these wonderful grapes being grown and food being harvested. And in the southern hemisphere, it's spring and blossoms are starting, and there's renewal. Okay, so the Rosh Hashanah concept is Happy New Year, Lashana Tova. It's a new year. You eat lots of fruits and vegetables and give sweet honey. You have honey cake, everything's sweet, because you want your new year to be sweet. And then after Rosh Hashanah, there is a week of reflection and rethinking life and repentance, where you reflect on your year to date and you repent and ask forgiveness for any transgressions that you have made. This leads up to the Day of Atonement, which is Yom Kippur, which just happened. It's the holiest day in the Jewish calendar. And the idea is that the holy being opens a book on Rosh Hashanah, and in that book writes there's two books. There's the book of life and there's the book of death. And of course, you want your name to be written in the book of life. So the blessing is, may your name be written in the book of life. And obviously, you don't want to be in the book of death. But God closes the book at Yom Kippur, and you start your new year, and you start it hopefully with more purpose and soulfulness and an open slate to being a new person. And that is usually always in September or October, but this year it is like September into October. So I started thinking about that, and I started thinking about how in many ways October is a renewal. After feeling like a sleepy summer sloth all summer, and God knows in New Orleans like goes to sleep because it's so hot. Many people leave the city. Then the cooler weather brings back people, fresh air, crisp air, and you wake up, it's like a love slap in the face, like a puppy who goes outside and they're playing in the cool weather and the falling leaves, and you just feel refreshed after a hot, hot summer. And it's before you get into the craziness of the holidays and then the deep, dark winter, which I don't know about you, but I'm like, I want to hibernate like a bear when it's cold and dark. So in that context, October is amazing. October is one of the most beautiful months of the year. In the Northern Hemisphere, there's fall foliage, or down here in New Orleans, it's just cooler weather. But it's nice. Hurricane season is slowly ending. Deep exhale. A lot of good things happening in October. People are out and about. Schools are in session. There's a new series of arts and culture. All the theaters make their debuts. New restaurants. It's a time of renewal and a lot of new beginnings. A lot of books come out. It's a real new beginning time of the year. Now, I know a lot of this is commercial because a lot of these things come out because they want you to spend more money on Christmas and Hanukkah. That's okay, because it's also a good time financially. You hope that the markets will be really good. It's a time when many of the companies and organizations I work for are planning new budgets, and there's an opportunity to find new business. So October's amazing. So suddenly, the concept of an October theory resonated with me. And it's not just because I have the Jewish faith or I'm in the wine world, it's harvest. It's because suddenly it's a great month. It's a great month to travel. All the summer sales are coming. The airlines are running sales to go to Europe. It's a great time to fly. Maybe you don't want to be with the hordes of tourists in the summer, or you don't want to travel over the Christmas holidays because it's crazy cold, it's cold or expensive. It's a great time to do many things. And you know what? I like the October theory. It's a great time to reset because you have 3 months to the end of the year to figure it all out. Whereas when you get to January 1st, you really are rushing to try to get it all done in January and February, because we all know that many resolutions just fall by the wayside by March 1. That's why people join gyms and suddenly they don't go to the gym. Many people admit that their New Year's resolutions fall off by mid-February or early March. So I think that with October theory, you're more likely to do things and stick with it. Why? Because there's the promise of the holidays. Okay, I'll get to them. There's the promise of creating a happy ending to the year. There's a promise of pulling together paperwork that you may need for the beginning of the year, beginning it done earlier so you're not rushed to start thinking about filing your taxes. It's another one. So I like the whole idea. The October theory. Once again, resetting your life, reframing what your year is to date, and you're giving yourself 3 more months to make that year what you wanted it to be. So you're not writing regretful things in your New Year's Day or January diary about, I wish the year had been this. You're giving yourself time to figure it out and do it. Now, with that in mind, I created lists, because I love lists, on some things you can do in this wonderful gift you're giving yourself at the time of the October theory. It's not too late to get started, and now is the right time. So here's some things I think are great. First of all, always health and well-being. October is a great time to get your mammogram. I always schedule my mammogram in October and on Halloween, because then I can remember to do it. So October is a great time to schedule a lot of your medical and dental appointments and eye. Why? One, you want to get it done before the end of the year because you want to make sure you're in your health insurance window. I just got a notice from my dentist who's totally on it, and he wrote, check your dental insurance to make sure you use up all your benefits in this calendar year before you start anew. Well, that is a great incentive for you to go to the doctor, is to get all your medical tests and all your checkups and the colonoscopies and you name it done in this medical year and insurance year, because you may be saving money. I'm doing that. Believe me, because if you have a deductible and it starts the beginning of the calendar year, whoopsie daisy, you may be out money you didn't want to spend at the beginning of the year or whenever. And you're more likely not to put off doing something if you say, I need to do it before the end of the year while I still have, the coverage. Who knows what's going to happen with your coverage next year? Things change around here so much, as we all know. So get your mammogram. Get your vaccinations. I always get my flu and COVID. I think you need approval for COVID now, but you get your vaccinations, and I do believe in them. I always get them in end of September or October. I got mine October. Done. Check it off. I'm not going to get the flu. Start a pre-holiday exercise regimen. Maybe add one new physical activity to your weekly workout. Then you'll be really in awesome shape for the holidays. So maybe you can indulge more. Why wait? Start now. And what's great about it is that the weather is usually really great. You can get outside. There's no more mosquitoes, hopefully, where you are. There still are here, but I hate mosquitoes at night. But you have, the days aren't too short yet. We can get up in the morning and go jogging or work out or biking. They're not going to end and get too dark soon. So you can get that golden glow in workout in before dinner. You still have that wonderful window of daylight before the clock starts going back, where you can get out and enjoy wonderful activities, and the weather is great. So that's another reason you want to enjoy October. Then, hop on the diet track now to prepare for the holidays. The seasons bring new produce. And there's all the wonderful squashes and pumpkins and apples. Apples are so full with fiber. There's some great fruits and vegetables that are harvested and widely available in October that are great for you. Okay. And there's all those hearty whole grains you can make, which are wonderful. And I miss my New York State apples. They don't have them here in New Orleans, and I miss them totally. But, that's a great thing about October. There's some wonderful produce to enjoy. And of course, you can enjoy the latest releases of wine in moderation, but this is when all the new releases start coming out, and that's great too. So October is a really good time to jumpstart or just add to and enhance your workout to be in optimum shape before the end of the year. So maybe you do something really fun for New Year's that is like a hike, but you're already in great shape. Get in great shape before the holidays, and then you won't worry about having that extra cookie or cake or slice of pie. Okay, enough said. The second reason October is awesome, the October theory, is financial, and this is important. This is a great time to meet with your financial advisors to review your portfolio and make necessary changes before the end of the year. This also includes talking with your accountants and CPAs, because you want to make sure you have all your financial ducks in a row before you file your taxes for 2025, which will be due in April 2026, But how many times do you wait until the last minute? Why wait until the last minute? Give yourself the leisure of time to get your ducks in a row starting in October, and then you're not scrambling around. Make sure you have all your bank statements downloaded, all your credit card statements downloaded. Update, get all those receipts pulled together. Do it now so you're not crunching to make a deadline in a spring. Another one, update your technology and accounting in terms of your bookkeeping. Why? For the same reason I just told you to update all your other paperwork. It's a great time because if you need to buy technology or a new computer or phone or whatever, this is a great time to do it. It's a tax deduction. right. Because if you're self-employed or you have a business, get your write-offs now. And October is a great time to do it. Another good reason is October and, of course, November, there's deals. You can probably find better deals on certain things. So really shop around and look for what autumn, October, Columbus Day deals there are. And then if not, wait until November for Black Friday. But, Columbus Day or Indigenous Peoples Day, what do you even call it? They always have great shopping deals. This is a great time to look into it. One of my favorites, purchase flights. I'm getting notices from my main carriers are Delta and American Airlines, but I just got Air France. Fare sales are awesome in October. So is travel. Travel prices actually dropped in many areas, and you can get a great deal. And this includes hotels and car rental. And October is a great time to travel. It's before the craziness of the holidays. It's after the really craziness of the summertime. Usually the kids are in school. So if you're, a mature couple and you want to go and have less lines at favorite tourist attractions, this is a great time to travel. And also it's not hot like summer. So that is a really big deal, is travel deals. So you should be shopping those around. If you're looking at a cruise, consider that. I can tell you that I have my timeshare in Hawaii up for Thanksgiving week, and it still hasn't sold. Rented, and I've just dropped it, and it's a deal on redweek.com. Redweek has so many deals because they got to drop the prices and offer specials to get everything booked before the end of the year. Any kind of travel deal is a good one here in October. Another important thing to do is really sit down, and while you're downloading all your credit card statements and bank statements, but you want to do that now so you're not crunching to do it before tax time, really sit down and look at them hard and look at and see if you have any auto renewals that you didn't really want to have, automatic subscriptions, annual renewals. Make a list of those and find out when they do renew, so you're not caught off guard and find out that you're getting this charge for a renewal that you maybe forgot you had. I did that, and I found a couple of renewals that I were like, whoa, and bank charges. And I'm like, whoa, get it done now, because you want to get your finances in order and also save money so you can enjoy more during the holidays. Another thing I have done, and it's a great October thing, is to sit down and look at all your insurance policies. Now, this is a great thing to do in October. First of all, for health insurance, if you're going into the health insurance marketplace, that opens up November 1. And there is a window when you can get health insurance if you're on the Obamacare health insurance marketplace, which I hope still stays. So you want to do an analysis of your current health insurance and make sure you know when it expires, and really shop around. Try to get a navigator to help you, or an insurance agent, so you're getting the best deal and the best coverage. And that's for your medical. But likewise with your insurance policies, do a hard reset on those. And again, find out when they renew. Are there any charges that are going to change in the next year? Now is the time to do that, so you can renegotiate policies and decide if they're still even right for you, or if you want to surrender them. Ditto, if you have loans against them, find out what they are and what the insurance rates are, so that you can decide if it's worth it at all. I just did this, and I actually gave up some policies that were just no longer worth it. So I'm saving money. October is a great time to do this, so that you're saving money before the end of the year and better prepared for the new year to have a better financial slate and plan. So I think I've covered two of the most important to me: finance and health and wellness. However, there's more. There's, of course, your personal and your social connections. Why wait until December to have a holiday party when everybody else is? I always used to laugh when people would say in New York, "Oh, I need to see you before the end of the year." I'm like, but you never see me during the year. So why are we waiting until the last, month to do, cram it all in? Now is the time to say, gosh, I haven't talked to so-and-so in a while. I haven't talked to somebody in a while. I'd like to get together when we're not all crazy, hectic, busy with other things, or family obligations around the holiday. So have a holiday party in October. Doesn't have to be Halloween, by the way. I'm not a big Halloween person, but you could have a get-together wine tasting, or let's all get together for coffee, or, do a covered dish event. But October's a great time to do it. You know what else is fun? Is we're all trying to probably save money and not spend a lot on holiday gifts. I can't stand the consumerism of Christmas. I don't even like things anymore. So one, I think October is a great time to declutter. You're flipping your closets. I hope you're flipping your closets and putting away all your summer clothes and bringing out your fall and winter clothes. Well, first of all, purge, purge, purge. Take a look at what you're thinking you're going to want to wear next summer and go, did I sweat in that a lot? Is this starting to look a little ratty-tatty? Yes, particularly if you live in New Orleans. So the first thing you do is put your clothes and shoes into two categories. I want to keep because it's still awesome. I'm not so sure. Maybe I can repurpose it so I'm not wasting money. Maybe you can repurpose it or do something with it. And then no way, Jose, donate. Or maybe resell. Do that now so you're not wasting space, putting away tattered, stained, sweaty, gross clothes that you're never going to wear again, and you're wasting space. So do that and then bring out your fall and winter clothes and do the same thing. Do I really want this? I live in New Orleans. Do I really need this heavy sweater anymore? Or could I sell it, make some money? Yeah, you can sell your clothes and make money and put that away for holiday gifts or that holiday trip you want to take. But October is a great time to do that because you should be flipping your closets. And while you're flipping your closets, clean out your drawers and purge. It's a great time to purge. A fun thing to do is have a swap meet. Have that party that you want to see your friends and say, look, bring stuff that you no longer want, that you still like, but it's no longer for you. And we'll do a swap meet. And everybody can swap out things and take home new things. I think it's a great idea. And I'm going to do it myself. Right. The other thing to do is it's cooler out. So it's a great time to call up a friend and say, let's go take a walk. Or go dog walking with your friends, or go to a local animal shelter and say, I'd like to walk dogs. If you don't have a dog, go walk a dog that's in an animal shelter, be a dog walking volunteer. But call some friends and say, let's do this all together. So you're getting exercise, you're socializing, and you're taking care of animals at the same time. That's a fun thing to do. And the weather cooperates because it's October and it rocks. Another thing is if you're not with anybody and not in a relationship, and you usually, when I hit October, I usually dreaded holidays because I knew I would need to start planning that single trip to go away because I always like to run away from the holidays rather than stay and be that single person. That was me. So I start planning my trip. And of course, October was a great time to do it because I could always get the best deals. But if you really want to maybe meet somebody or meet anybody, or someone special, this may be the time to sign up for a dating service or an online service, or call up that person you met, or try to go meet someone and be a little more social so that maybe you can have somebody with you in the holidays. I think that's a great thing to do, is think about that social planning, create events, and, look at the arts and community calendar and where you live and see if there's events coming up in the holidays, and go ahead and buy tickets and schedule them so you know you're not going to be alone. There's so many wonderful events. There's wine tastings, there's book talks, there's art museum openings, there's a zillion million fundraisers. If you don't want to spend a lot of money, go to Meetup or community calendar and see what there is. But there's always something, so you're not just sitting home moping. October should be the go out month. Go out and just see. I used to love New York in October. It sizzled. There was so much energy. There were so many great events. I'm finding that here in New Orleans as well. Everybody disappeared. It was like, where is everybody? They were all up in North Carolina or Maine. They're all back. There's so many events and festivals and music things. It's almost too much. And on top of it, it's football season. Yeah, football season. So that's another thing too. Host a football party. If you're into it, host a fun football party and everybody can come over and socialize. Use October to be with people. Use October to make new friends. And use October to check in on friends who may be alone, because they are going to go into that year-end slump. I always went into it, the year-end for me is a terrible time. I lost my grandfather in October. I lost my grandmother in December. I lost my father in November. I lost my mother in December. Like the most important people in my life, and my best friend, Julie. The most important people in my life all died between October and the end of the year. So it can get maudlin. When the autumn leaves start to fall, my mother loved that song, Autumn Leaves. I get a little sad. The days get shorter, the nights get longer, the leaves fall off the tree. Boo-hoo, holidays coming. I'm not into it. So October is a great time to kind of get set up for that and strengthen your psyche so you can get through it. If you're not into all the Hallmark holidays, you can opt out. You don't have to do any of it. You can take a trip. Take a road trip. That's a great thing to do in October. You can go find foliage where nobody knows where foliage is. I think David and I are going to go look for foliage in northern Louisiana because I'm determined to find foliage in Louisiana, right? October is a great time to connect with your kids because they're back in school and they're probably doing sports and after school activities. This is a great time to say, love to get involved and be a part of it. It's a great time to connect with your kids if you have them or your grandkids. Also really great. There's so many reasons to love October. And, somebody pitched me on like all sorts of depressing things about October and mental health. If you have a friend who's maybe having a rough time, this is a great time to call and say, let's get together. I just did that with a friend I hadn't talked to her in a year, and I know she's going through stuff. I just did it myself. Do it now in October. Why wait to the end of the year to tell people you care about them just because it's the holidays? Start the holidays now, or just make October your own special month. It's your new year. It's your way to turn the end of the year into an amazing new beginning and give yourself more time to do it. So to get the ball rolling, make a list like I do. Get a diary out and say, these are the things I have 3 amazing months of the year left. What do I want to do with them? Start the new year. And then, when the new year comes, you can start again and make another list. But why wait? Do it now. And that's the October theory. I think I like the theory. I'd love to hear about you, what you think, and what you're going to be doing to make your October your Rocktober. Okay, I'm wrapping the show up early because it's just me. I don't know if I can go for 15 more minutes. So I'm Melanie Young. Finally, one last me, author of the book that inspired this show, Fearless, Fabulous You, Lessons on Living Life on Your Terms. A lot of what I've been talking about today is kind of in here, but in essay form. I wrote this book as therapy after breast cancer, and it is still a great read for anyone who's just kind of going through stuff, who wants to figure out how to rethink and reframe. October is about doing that as well. End the year on a high note. Start the year on a high note, right? Just keep the high notes high and happy and upbeat. I'm Melanie Young. This is Fearless, Fabulous You. I want you to know that you can choose to live life on your terms, and you should. You should always choose your terms and not adhere to other people's terms or what they think you should be and you should be doing. You listen to your heart, you listen to your gut, you listen to your head. Those are your superpowers. And remember, you always have choices to live life on your terms. So always choose fearless and fabulous. Thanks for joining me.